You are listening to Bark and Wag's 15-Minute Vet Talk. Each week, your host, Polly ReQua, interviews veterinarians from across the nation, answering your questions about your pet. If this is your first time joining us, thank you for listening. Bark and Wag's 15-Minute Podcast is produced weekly for your enjoyment, and show notes are found at barkandwag.com under the podcast tab. That's bark.wag.com.
Welcome to Bark and Wag 15-Minute Vet Talk. I'm your host, Polly ReQua. Today we're talking to Carey and Adam Brown, owners of Simple Oil Girl and Simple Oil Guy from Bend, Oregon. We had both of them on a few weeks ago discussing simple oil for pets. Today we're bringing them back to discuss what to do when your dog is stressed with thunderstorms. Welcome.
Hi, thanks for having us back.
Hi, Polly. Thanks.
Yeah, so my mom just rescued a golden retriever who is about 10 years old, and the poor dog is afraid of storms. The vet, my mom's vet, recommended that she looked into oils. And so I just had to have you back to discuss what to do if a dog is afraid of storms and what my mom can purchase to help her new pet.
Well, essential oils are a great way to be able to help dogs with their anxiety should a storm come or an anxious animal just in general. Definitely, there's different ways you can help your pet. You can diffuse during a storm. And so a diffuser will basically, you put water in, just tap water, and you add 1, 2, 3 drops of an oil, and it puts off the oil into the room. So it can help dramatically calm a pet.
You don't want to use a humidifier either with the oils because it's not the same thing. So just a little caution there.
And where do you buy a diffuser?
You can get, we use doTERRA essential oils and we have our own diffusers, but you can also get them on Amazon or Green Air. There's diffusers all over the place now.
Okay, great. You plug it in, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So you would plug it in and it will run. Different diffusers have different specs. So sometimes they'll run for an hour or two. We have that run for 12 hours, 16 hours. So just depending on what you're looking for, you can find. Another way you can help your pet stay calm during a storm or lightning or whatever is dropping a drop of oil or 2 drops onto like their collar, or some people will get like a bandana and kind of intertwine it in their collar so that they're smelling that, because just the smell alone will calm the dog.
Oh,
yeah,
that's interesting.
Yeah, you can spritz it on their bed. So if you have a little glass water bottle and you want to put a little lavender, there's another blend called Balance that's really good. That we actually use these ourselves with our dog because he gets separation anxiety and stress and worry, which are the same attributes of a storm. I think that fear that the dogs will get. So those are great ways to help minimize that in a natural way too.
Yeah, right. So that's interesting with the anxiety. So that could be for car rides, car sickness, and, not just the owner leaving for the day.
Right, exactly. And different oils that can help are lavender. Lavender is a calming oil. Bergamot is another really good one. And then, like Adam said, Serenity is a blend. It's kind of a kicked up version of lavender. And then there's Balance. And Balance is the grounding blend. So it actually changes the structure of the red blood cells. So when you're stressed or anxious, your red blood cells will actually change. And I know this personally because I struggle with anxiety. And so people use them too, but it helps dogs in the same way that it helps people. So once the Balance hits the bloodstream of the dog, it changes the structure of the red blood cells and it helps to calm them right away. So if you have an aggressive dog as well, it can just help kind of take that edge off and help keep them a little bit calmer.
And how long do the oils last with a pet?
So you really only need to use 1 drop at a time, less than that on smaller dogs. But the oils metabolize every 3 to 4 hours. So if you're dealing with something, you want to make sure you keep it on the pet or the pet smelling it every, 3 to 4 hours. Okay. But when you put a drop on their, like the pad of their paw or like in between their little toes, I guess.
Yeah. Pads.
They're pads. Yeah. It will absorb into their bloodstream and it will hit every cell and organ in their body within 20 minutes. So when a dog seems panicked or scared, you can calm them within just a few seconds.
Ooh, wow. That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that's great. I'll have to make sure my mom listens to the podcast, which she is a subscriber. And we look forward to definitely having you back on other hot topics with oils.
Thanks, Polly.
Yeah, thanks, Polly.
Thank you for listening to Bark and Wag's 15-Minute Vet Talk. If you like what you just heard, we hope you'll pass along our web address, www.barkandwag.com, to your friends and other pet owners. Have a pressing question for a veterinarian? Ask your question at barkandwag.com under the podcast tab. This has been a KFR production. Join us next time for another edition of Bark and Wag's 15-Minute Vet Talk.